Hey y'all, welcome back to a brand new video. This is Makeup Therapy episode 23 if I'm not mistaken. I wanted to come on here really quickly and talk to you guys about my new hair. This is from OQ Hair. This is their 28-inch glueless wet and go, is it body wave? Whatever it is. If y'all are looking for some good summer hair, you need to get this unit. And it's not sponsored. I paid for it with my own money. It came back like a week later. I ordered it on a Wednesday. It came back maybe that following Tuesday. But the hair is so soft. The parting space is good. I think it's a 7x5. The lace is just top tier. Y'all, you need this hair. But I am going to a little get together with my husband. It is a work night, so I am on a time frame. I did do a short on my first impressions of this unit when I first got it. So being that I have been wearing it, the lace might not look as translucent as I want it to, because I have like probably gotten makeup and stuff in it. But to me, even on film right now, it looks good. So yeah, let's jump into this video. I just wanted to briefly come on here and talk to you guys about this hair because I love it. Again, it's 28 inches. I also have been thinking about straightening it because I saw a girl do it on TikTok. But I do have a straight wig, so I don't want to damage it or mess up the curl pattern. But yeah, y'all are going to be seeing this unit a lot. But let's jump into the video. Even though I am on a time frame, my husband is not here yet. But I also don't want to get too comfortable because once I start talking, it's like I'll jump from subject to subject. If you're not new here, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you are new here and you enjoy makeup content, vlogs, hauls, different things like that, then go ahead and make sure you hit that subscribe button. But I wanted to come back on here and just touch back bases because I know I did like a story time and then I did my Cleveland vlog. So if you guys haven't seen those videos, please make sure you check them out and also leave me some love on them. Cleveland was, like I said, a bittersweet trip. I did not know I was going to get anxiety as bad as I did going up that highway. From Alabama, it is an 11 to 13 hour drive depending on traffic. And y'all, I mean, you know, I'm older now, so when I was going as a child, for one, I don't remember the ride being that long. And even though I didn't do any of the driving, I could barely sleep. Like every time I would go to sleep, if my sister, her fiance, or my husband would like hit brakes, I would jump up out my sleep and then not be able to go back. Like I said, we were going to see my mom and aunt and you know, other family members too, but the trip was mainly for them. The first night we didn't stay as long as I thought we would because everybody was tired. You know how you traveling and you want to like take a bath and get comfortable, except nobody got comfortable. Like everybody took their shower and then family came over, and the first night was just, it was just too fast. Like the whole trip went by too fast for me because, you know, I just wasn't ready to leave. But anyway, all in all, I'm so happy I went. As scared as I am to fly, I would probably try to get on a plane next time because I just, the drive was. And for those of you who aren't new here, I've talked about how many times I've deleted my videos off Facebook and started over and stuff, but one thing that I was so glad I paid attention to were like the pictures, because family members steal pictures all the time, and I've seen this picture before, but I didn't have it like in my phone. I like to screenshot pictures and make collages and stuff like that, so I'll leave it on the screen. But I bought that up because I said I was going to see my mom and aunt, but I've spoken on my channel before about my mom my biological mom passing away. So the trip to Cleveland was to see my mom's sisters. My mom was the baby. And I was just talking to a friend who created a like a girl chat on Facebook where you could, like, you know, vent, post your content. It's just like a positive space for women. So some of these women are strangers to me, but it's people that, you know, she knew personally. And this was my classmate. And she made a post about feeling heavy today and, you know, missing loved ones and stuff like that. And she asked the question, like, basically in a nutshell, does this dark cloud ever happen to you, or has anybody else been feeling heavy lately? So I brought that up because before I deleted my videos, I spoke to you guys. My mom passing away when I was 11 years old, and it just so happened to be in the month of May. So being that May is Mother's Day month and also the anniversary of her death, this month is always really hard for me. And I feel like outside of my husband trying to plan like a birthday trip, he took that into consideration because, you know, he just knows that this month is hard. And so they are my mothers. You know what I mean? They are her biological sister, same mom, same dad. And I'm just so lucky to have them in my life. I don't really want to go into like personal details about them, but I'll just say they are, you know, older and their health isn't in the greatest condition. So even though, you know, it was a bittersweet trip, I'm just so thankful that I was able to go. I know I probably said that already, but y'all just don't know how bad I needed to get there. So I hate to sound like I'm complaining about the traffic or what have you, but anxiety is something that's new to me. Like, I was in a car accident before and I dealt with it, maybe like PSTD, whatever, for a while from that, but I kind of like grew out of it. So this new wave that's come over me is like a lot. And then I don't think when I did my story time video that I had this sty on my eye, but the night, I want to say the night before the trip, all that makeup I packed. If you watch my vlog, you saw I didn't do my makeup one time. I never wore makeup up there. I start cramping, and this may be TMI for some people, but I've also spoke on this before, and I don't feel like this video was up, but all the crying that I did, and I was saying this to my friend today too, like, don't feel bad about crying. Don't feel bad about venting. Like, this is helping somebody and you're getting it out. So when I got up there, I did a lot of crying. Like, I was trying to control myself, but like, I just couldn't stop. And I was telling her, like, our tears cleanse us. You know what I mean? So get it out. And so the craziest thing happened. Like, for those of you who know, you know, but during COVID, I remember when I had my last period, because it was the day that everything had to shut down. So I clock out work, I come home, I'm trying to like get comfortable, but I'm like cramping up a storm. I'm talking about the worst cramps. And then the next month, I never got another one. And so when I got to Cleveland, I was like, oh my God, like, these feel like the real deal Holyfield cramps. And I kid you not, when I got back, it's been 5 years, but I got a period. So if that one cleansing myself out, I don't know what is. Sorry if that's TMI. But anyway, back to the sty on my eye. I remember taking my dog out, and he has like his own little fenced in area, and there was pollen on the door, on the fence thing. So I rubbed my eye, not realizing I had just touched that fence. And I haven't had a sty and I don't know when. And I was trying to think, like, what did I do? But it wasn't, like, itching until, like, close to bedtime. I woke up, my eye was huge. And I think I do have some video footage. I'll leave it in there. But when I first got back, the only thing my mind was on was taking my braids down and getting ready to film some new content, because I feel like as women, we're never satisfied. I wanted those braids so bad. I did want them smaller because I feel like when they're smaller, they last longer, but my hair grows pretty fast anyway. And so I like being able to switch my hair up when I'm filming makeup content. But the braids were convenient for like work and, you know, other stuff. When I was going somewhere and I wasn't filming, I didn't have to worry about doing my hair. But I did come home and do like some short content. But the holdup was the doggone style my eye. Because I even wanted to film. We had the prettiest condo. I even wanted to film like my birthday makeup and just different stuff while I was up there. But you can't win them all. And all the crying that I was doing, I probably didn't need to put on no makeup no way. Speaking of makeup, I know I said that I wasn't going to worry about getting the new Maybelline primer, because this is a priming serum. But now they got it in Dollar General. So I think I'm going to check that out tomorrow. And I'll probably come home and do a wear test, which is kind of hard when you're at home, but if I'm dealing with the dogs and most of my chores are already done, so I'm not going to be doing it that's going to make me sweat. But still, I kind of want to try it out just because it's within my reach. Like I told y'all before, sometimes when I'm trying to test out new products or I'm looking for something local, I'll have to drive 30 minutes away because I stay in the country and then they don't have it. Or I've driven all the way somewhere to test something out and then hated it. So, but I'm almost out of this, so that's what made me think of it. But I do love this. And I will have to drive 30 minutes to an Ulta or Walmart because I have not seen this in the dollar stores yet in my area. But yeah, for my condo, we stayed at a place called the 1717. It was bomb as far as the aesthetics, but we didn't know that every time we left, we had to pay, because it was like in a parking garage, so we had to pay like maybe $14 a day every time you leave. Now that was a ripoff. But other than that, like, it was beautiful. I just hate that I couldn't vlog. And on top of like me cramping and stuff and being overly emotional, which I had every right. It might have been a different climate too, but I felt like I was finna come down with a cold. Luckily, I knocked that out the first night, so I didn't get sick, but I was just in pain. So the first day, like I said, we went and saw my mom's, my aunts. But the second day, I like slept all day. I missed some time with family, but it really wasn't like my fault. And the last day we went bowling and we went to a place called, dang, did I spit? We went to a place called the Recovery Room. Now, if you're ever in the, why does this look oily? I hate when I'm finna go somewhere and my makeup do something weird. Now, I was almost just out of this, and I know this ain't the new one. And either way, I shook it up. But anyway, if you're ever in Cleveland, Euclid, Cuyahoga County, you know, those areas, I would check out the Recovery Room, especially if you don't like a a real packed club. It's more like a juke joint. But it wasn't like a club night. We went on a Saturday, and mainly it was just our family and some locals that knew our family, so everything was comfortable. And like I said, I really can't wait to go back. Of course, I was prepared this time because I feel like I got some good footage. I just couldn't keep it going because of how I was feeling. But I'll be more prepared on that note next time. But like I said, I'm so grateful I went. We had a good time. That was the first time my husband had ever been to Cleveland. And it was what I needed. And then to jump back on Mother's Day, last year, one of my dogs, not Dolce, but Oreo, ended up giving birth on Mother's Day. So I got up. I'm trying to like not be sad, but I remember getting up, going in the bathroom crying, and trying to like cry in a towel where my husband couldn't hear me. And I know that he did, because as soon as I came out, he was like, "Come on, let's go in the kitchen. You want to get something to eat," or whatever he said. And I was like, yeah, even though I really wanted to come get back in the bed. So I always, is this 30? Yeah. I always open my blinds because I have a window, right above my kitchen sink. And I opened it, but I never looked out the window. And so he walks up behind me and he's like, "Look, she done had them puppies." I left the water running. I run outside. And she's like so excited, like kind of like, "Look what I got. Look what I did. Look, y'all." And so we got the puppies off the ground and put her in his man cave. And for the rest of the day, I remember just sitting out there with them, making sure they were nursing her. I kept telling her how good of a job she did. And I did end up keeping one of those puppies. Now, I don't know if y'all keep up with all my content or if you just follow me here on YouTube. But if you don't, make sure you follow me on at least TikTok and Instagram. But anyway, like, because sometimes I'll post like just, little videos of the fur babies. But Domino, if you're familiar with him, came on Mother's Day. And Dolce was my Valentine's Day gift 5 years ago. So they both hold special places in my heart. And my friend has one of Domino's siblings. And she asked me actually yesterday when is his birthday, because she wanted to have him like a little dog birthday party. And I was like, "Girl, you probably don't remember the story. It's the same one I just told y'all, about how she had the dogs on Mother's Day." And she was like, "Oh, yeah, now that makes it even more special." So I'm not going to have Domino no birthday party now. But it's always going to be a moment I hold dear to my heart. But anyway, y'all, I just wanted to come touch bases really quick. And I know, like all videos, this one was probably all over the place. But not that anybody asked. I was pleased with my work, but I was a little disappointed with my vlog because I wanted to get more footage. But all in all, I did want to come just touch back bases on my trip and what's been going on since I got back and, different stuff like that. And this thigh is actually still on my eye, but it's not as big. And I mean, you really can't see it unless you're trying to zoom in now. Don't do that. But I can feel it. But it was huge. And knowing me, I'll forget to leave a picture in, even though I still have to like edit this. Because I'm the type of person who will film a video and still try to put it up that same night. Now, I don't know if other content creators do that. But I'll be like, I ain't do this for nothing. Let's get it out. And a lot of times I'll hate that I was rushing. But like I said, I haven't, besides short content, I haven't like just sat down and done, you know, the videos, the kind of content that I like. I like sitting down and filming better than short content, even though I don't feel like I'm rushing. I just feel like, I don't know, I like long content better. What I was thinking about was the Met Gala last night. I almost forgot that it was coming up because I don't know what I've been watching lately, but I haven't like really been on social media like that. Maybe like Netflix and stuff like that. I did catch up on Raising Kanan. I'm not sure if you guys watch those shows on Stars. I'm waiting on BMF to come back on. I think I didn't even realize Raising Kanan had come back on because I haven't like been keeping up with stuff. So I end up watching at least 6 episodes while we were on the road, and then catching a new episode when I got home. And I don't want to spoil anything for anybody, so if you haven't seen it, sorry. But the episode where Rock kills her mom was just a lot for me. Like, I understand they say they didn't have the best relationship with her, and you know, all families go through their issues and stuff, but I could never, I don't care how much somebody's saying, oh, I just don't want to suffer no more, pull the plug. I just couldn't do it. And I've always liked her character because she's like I don't play, I don't give a, you know, kind of attitude, but at the same time, like, girl, your mama? Come on now, Rock. Right now, it's been raining like all weekend. We just had like a trail ride. And I was so glad. Like the first night, Friday, I wore my straight unit. And that unit is also by OQ Hair. If you ever see me or have seen my videos where I have like the middle part, that's an OQ unit too. And I didn't realize how bad I had dogged that unit out as far as like not using the right utensils to detangle it, that it had lost, like it had split its inches. So what I did was went to my local hair store and I bought some Brazilian bundles. And I'm not good at hair. I told y'all that before. That's why I just do me 2 big braids. I've never learned how to French braid, even though I have a daughter. My daughter and my sister are the hairstylists in this family, and they got that talent from my mama. But anyway, but I did make a wig in the past. This was probably like circa 2016, 17, around that area. And I got a braiding wig cap and took some bundles, because I can't sew, and glued them to the braids. And, you know, blow dried it real good. And it was like a U part. If I got a picture of that, I'll leave it in too. But that wig came out so bomb and looked so natural. So I was like, you know what? Let me do that again, because I know I'm not going to wear this all the time. I'm going to, you know, try to keep it up as long as I can. I've had the other one a year now. And I was like, I really don't want to straighten this now, even though I said it. But the 28 inches is like really giving. So I was like, let me get me 2 Brazilian 28-inch bundles, because I think the hair was supposed to be between 24 and 26 inches. Like I said, I'll leave a picture in. But I glued 2 28-inch bundles to my straight OQ unit just to give it some more length, and it even gave it, you know, a little bit more fullness. So in my next video, I might put that one back on. But I am loving this hair, and I got on that because I was saying it's been raining here in Alabama. So Friday night was the first night of the trail ride. I ended up getting out kind of late, But as soon as I walked outside, it started raining. And I sat there and washed that wig, you know, before I added the bundles to it. Took my time, straightened it. It came out so pretty just to get rained on. So I knew Saturday that it was supposed to rain again. And I was so glad I had this one because I didn't get like soaking wet. But the little bit of rain that did touch me, all it did was make my unit, you know, a little bit wavier. And I actually like it in this puffy Diana Ross state. But you know, that reminds me of one time, this older wet and wavy hair, body wave, water wave, whatever it's called. I caught myself gonna wear it poofy. Got caught in the rain. So one side was all like wavy and pretty. The other side looked, I'm not gonna say nappy, because this don't look nappy at all. This hair is totally different from the unit I'm talking about in the past. It wasn't as soft. Like, I feel like with that one, it didn't get soft until you actually wet it. This right here, dry, is so soft and silky. I just love it. And excuse me for not knowing exactly what I ordered, but I think it's water wave. I don't know how many minutes in we are, but I feel like I did a pretty good job being that we're sitting down. We're almost done. And like I said, if you're new here and you enjoy this type of content, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss out on future episodes. And I wish that you guys would interact more in the comments. I'm shy myself, so I can't blame you, but let me know some other topics that you want to talk about, or, you know, other content that you might want to see. I feel like I took off a little hair in the front over here. And you have to be real careful with these eyebrow pens, especially if you already like have powder on your face. But I love these, and they are by LA Colors, the Browy Wowie Brow Pen. I think the next one I'm going to try is going to be by NYX, because I actually cannot find those again. I think I have one more because I'm the type of person that buys dupes when I like a product. But you know how it's always 1,000 different dollar stores instead of the kind of stores you need. They put dollar stores up in the country like they do bodegas in the city. And so, I hate when I love a product and I can't find it no more. But I do hear girls on TikTok say how you know, the NYX ones are good. Because I've been wanting to try a brow pen for a long time. And I think that video is still up when I first did my first impressions. And at first, the only people who I saw getting a lot of talk about it was like the Benefit, you know, are just more high-end brands. But anyway, we're almost done, guys. And I'm happy I had a little catching up to do, because the tones that I used are bronzers on my eye. One that's a little too light for my face. And the other one is my well, it's a shade that I would use, but I didn't really want to go in with like eyeshadow. And this may be similar to, you know, my last makeup look, but at least I had some catching up and, you know, different stuff to talk about, because lately I've just not been into, with the short content, I do try to switch it up, but I have not been into like eye looks. And sometimes I'll see different artists and they're like, come on y'all, let's start bringing back the 2016 eyewear. You got a different transition color, crease color, lid color, then outer V color. And I'm like, girl, I try to get into it, y'all, but I'm like a one-stop shop. All I really cared about was getting my face makeup, my base makeup to a place that I would like it. And, you know, we still got some work to do, but I love it. And even though we're not going to be there long, like I said, because it's a work night, I still like doing all my steps when I'm doing my makeup, because if I don't, I'm going to feel like something missing. And with that being said, I've already carved out my area under my contour. Now I'm setting my cream blush before we go in with setting spray. I'm going to finish my eyes off camera. Just my lower lash line. And then we're going to come back and do lips. It's raining so hard. I wonder, can you guys hear it? But I'm not the type of person, I just spoke about my anxiety, that really likes going places when it's raining, it's heavy. But you know, it is what it is. When I love something, I make sure I buy two, because it's irritating AF when you go inside of a store looking for your stuff like it's really yours and they out of it. Hold on. But yeah, y'all see this all the time. It's the Milani Make It Last and the original formula up to 24-hour wear. One of my favorite things about this spray is the nozzle. I love how much it pushes out. And no matter how low it gets, it still spits the same. I hate when other brands, you know, get low and it starts like coming out like a long way squirt instead of, you know, just that natural spray. And it'll leave like wet marks on your face. And I actually just bought me a new fan. You know, like the, where them fans at, fans, that I was going to use in my next makeup video, but I left it in my car because I was using it at the trail ride. So this is just going to have to do. And this, I really felt like was going to be better than what it was. Now, I ain't going to talk about it because it's been doing good. Okay, Beyonce, don't get caught in the fan. But anyway, so y'all, the craziest thing just happened. And now I'm really finna rush. I'm filming on my phone. And it said, I'm running out of storage. Delete all this crap so that I could continue to record. If that ain't the devil. I'm just sitting up here telling you guys how consistent I'm finna start being. And now, my secondary filming device is trying to trip on me. So I'm going to hurry up and finish this video because I'll be dog if I did all this work. And it's not for nothing because I am going somewhere, but Lord. Alright, and for highlighter, I really haven't been doing highlighter on my cheeks no more. I just been doing my inner corner and then not even all the time, but sometimes my nose. I think I'm going to just do inner corner tonight. Like I said, it is raining. And umbrella or not, I don't want none to hit my face. So we're not going to worry about doing the nose. I'm going to fix my hair real quick and then we're going to do the outro. I'm going to pop my little Van Cleef earrings in to match my necklace. And I know I said I was going to wet my hair since it is raining. But I'm kind of feeling a bit care tonight. What y'all think? Alright guys, so I was a little scared I was going to run out of filming space, but this is the finished result. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. And as always, thanks so much for watching.